What's up, Trader's Edge? It's Mark Sebastian, your only option, and this is the week that was. Today, I'm going to talk about what's going on with the SPX, the Triple Q. We're going to talk about the Russell 2000, and of course, we're going to talk about the VIX. So with that, let's dig in. All right, folks, my SVIX strategy, my new backbone strategy for the trading desk is fully on. If you didn't get a chance to see my discussion with Hannah Selner on Wednesday, make sure to check it out. There's a link in this email. If you're watching me on YouTube, go to optionpit.com and check it out. You're going to love it. All right, let's take a look at what is going on. It was a really interesting week for the market as a whole. We had, what at the beginning of the week, it looked like, hey, we're going to continue the good vibes. We had a pretty nice move higher on Monday, a continuing rally on Tuesday. Wednesday was interesting because we had the FOMC minutes. Then ahead of the Jackson Hole conference, big, ugly red candle. We recovered almost the whole thing on Friday. So all in all, the S&P is just off the all-time high. The all-time high took place on July 16th. We are right there. If you look at where we are right now, we're about where we were on July 10th. I would note that when we were on July 10th, volatility, this red line, much lower than where we are. Why? Well, typically markets will recover a little bit quicker than option markets recover. And, the rally has been almost as violent as the sell-off. What's interesting is the S&P has been the leader, not the Qs. The Qs are kind of lagging the S&P. They still have a lot of ground to make those all-time highs. The all-time high is still about, call it 5%, or a good 5% above where we are in the Triple Q. So we need to see a little bit more out of the Triple Q. Why? Where's that weakness coming from? Well, those Triple Q earnings. Amazon still pretty soft. Speaking of soft, Microsoft, if this will fill in, chart loading. Microsoft still looking soft. There you have it. Tesla still has a lot of room to recover. Really, the Qs have been pulled up by Apple and Nvidia. Apple and Nvidia are a lot closer to those all-time highs than the rest of the Magnificent Seven. So if this rally is going to continue and the Qs are going to catch up, we need to see some strength out of the rest of the Mag 7 and not just Apple and Nvidia. That is important. Now, speaking of strength, strong like bull, Russell 2000 back over 220. I really like this. I think it's heading up back toward 230. Look for that to move. Now, let's move on to the volatility index. After a pretty strong move higher on Thursday, pulled right back to where it was on Wednesday. Now we're at kind of a key level. Does VIX really make that move back toward 14 and then 13? Or are we going to begin to see maybe some trouble? My yield zone indicator, something I'm using in Trading Desk to manage my SVIX trading, is telling me that we're more likely than not to see the VIX drop. Doesn't necessarily mean it will happen, but that is the case. When I'm looking at VIX and VIX futures term structure right now, the trade I really like is long November, long December, or long January, and short October. That is kind of the way the best trade that I see in the VIX complex. Now I want to close on the bond market. Post Powell speech, bonds did catch a nice bid. Not a huge bid. We're not at the highs from the 21st. Watch these Watch the high from the 5th. Now, that was a bit of a panic bid, but watch the highs from the 5th. We start taking those out. That's going to give the market runway to potentially run, and that's going to be very bullish for the Russell 2000. All right, folks. Don't forget to check out my all-new backbone strategy using SVIX in Trading Desk. And don't forget to check out my next video coming your way very soon about my 5 stocks that I'm looking forward to for next week. All right, everybody. I hope you have a great rest of your weekend. I'm Mark Sebastian. I am your only option. I hope you have a good one.